Hello, y'all. How's it going? It is, I believe, Thursday, June 11th, and it is time for even more Wind Waker Randomizer max settings. Now, you might be wondering a few things. A, what does that mean? B, what does that mean, randomizer? B, what does that mean, max settings? C, wait, you've done this 2 times already? D, wait, 22 hours? That's right. All those things are right. A randomizer is when all the items in a game are like randomly shuffled around. Max settings in this case means that anything can be anywhere, and that includes checks that would be really inconvenient to get, like Goron Trading Quest or Orca's minigame, or several other places that were terrible that we did last time, or the time before, or might do today. Yes, max settings means that anything can be anywhere, and anything is in play, and it just makes for a very, very, very massive seed. Yes, I've already done 2 streams of this. We did 11 hours basically each stream, a little over 11 hours each stream, and in either case, we ended short of being able to complete the game. The first stream was especially like draining, and especially like dire insofar as like we got to the end and still hadn't found a fucking sword. I'll say, like, if you look at this image of the settings, or maybe it's this one, I forget. One of them says that this is a swordless seed. We started with very little, including no sword, and took us forever to find one. And as a result, also, it took us forever to be able to finish any dungeons. But I will say now, by the way, I have a map tracker, and I can show it on screen in a slightly cut up and rearranged fashion, like this. And it's, if you don't know randomizers, the tracker tells us where we can go, where we can't go, and where we, what's available to us with the items that we have. And you can see there that we have checked 485 locations out of like 508, I believe. And there are 22 locations remaining. Accessible and remaining. I say accessible and remaining because we're not going to find anything that opens up any new locations, because the last locations that we don't have access to are Ganon's Tower. So we need to have the Master Sword fully upgraded, and the last item that we need to beat the game is the Master Sword fully upgraded. And also, by the way, like the thing says here, one item needed to beat the game, to finish the game. 22 locations remaining. What are those 22 locations, you ask? Well, they're mostly random things around the Great Ocean. Things like Sunk Treasure, playing golf on Horseshoe Island, Blue Chew, a couple of Blue Chews, and probably most notably, Withered Trees, which is a whole thing that I never did as a kid, never wanted to do. Seemed like a hole to do. I wouldn't be surprised at this point if that's where the sword is hiding. It's very possible. I think that about sums up how this has been going, what's going on. I'll say we just need to find this last check, and if it's in any of these Great Ocean checks, it shouldn't be that long. There's not that many of them. There's just 21 random ones spread around, and that should be pretty quick. If it is Withered Trees, that's gonna be a whole hassle. I will say, I think maybe let's actually start on Withered Trees. I kind of want to see if it's Withered Trees. I'm getting the feeling it might be Withered Trees. If it's Withered Trees, we should find out. It would be hell on wheels if we went through every other check and we then had to get to Withered Trees. So what if we hold the ripcord? I will also say we have some quality of life features in this randomizer, including the fact that we have the swift sail from Wind Waker HD. So we will be moving. We sail faster than you usually would in this game, and we also sail without having to change the direction of wind. So if there are easy paths that I can follow to hit up all the islands, which, let me Google that real fast. Withered Tree. Yeah, Zelda Dungeon has me covered. Is there like a map? Is there like a thing? I don't see where's the chart shows. Oh, there's a chart. It says, okay, Cliff Plateau. Okay, there's a chart. That'll do. Okay. Wait, hang on. Look at this, actually. 1 second. Let me show this on screen. I am looking at this now. Chart aside, there's like a bunch of notes. There's like a bunch of notes next to each island. Is it that complicated? Do we just do we not just like sail at islands? Look at this, look at this. Look at this crap. This one says to reach the island, you'll need to sail east, go up the small slope and down into the secret cavern. Cross the platforms, do a thing. What? Maybe this is more complicated. Maybe we should, like, I don't know, man. A lot of these sound like they're not just you show up at the thing and it's there. You gotta do some stuff before you can actually access the thing. Cliff Plateau Island kind of sounds like a whole thing. We have checked. Should we do? Actually, you know what? If it is a matter of like, we need to do some stuff to get some stuff completed, maybe we should wait Withered Trees for last. Okay, you know what? This is convincing me. We end on Withered Trees because logistics sound like they could be complicated. Okay, that's enough explaining what's going on. Why don't we get into it? I am playing with my Steam controller, which has been lovely for mousing around the tracker and also playing the game at the same time. I would recommend this configuration. It works really well for randomizers. Okay, here we go. We are starting, and should we start with Withered Trees? I was thinking about starting with Withered Trees, like I was just saying, but this what it's saying here is kind of scaring me. It's saying that I have to do like a bunch of stuff on each island, on some of these islands, before we can just run up and thing. Why don't we just let's start by clearing a path, just like doing some prep work. Oh, also I need to start the timer again. Here we go. Ready? Go. There we go. Let's start with some prep work. Let's start by going to each of these islands, emptying them of anything that's still there, and making sure that we're clear to just run up and do the thing, and we know what we do when we get to each island. Okay? Okay. So yeah, this is Withered Trees prepping. That's what we're starting with. And hey, if we happen to get the master, again, we're just looking for the final master sword upgrade. I have a very nice skin. Look at that. That's a custom skin and all that. One of the many that the randomizer offers. Let's go to each of these islands in turn and see what's what. I'm gonna say the best place to start then would be Forest Haven, considering that's where you would start your water. That's where you start from. So Cliff Plateau is the first destination. I believe that is it is east. So it's this way. My compass is backwards from what it would usually be. That means that the compass is pointing. If I'm going right on the map, it points to the right. And, I don't know. I feel like without, like, an N label, a compass is confusing to me. But, that's because most modern compasses have, like, a, you know, like an N as, like, their main, thing on it. Okay, there's the island. So, I will say, Cliff Plateau does have two things here. Highest Isle and Blue Chew drop. So, Highest Isle. Both of these things require going across here, going through the cave. I remember doing this the last 2 times, dropping into here for the other checks that were in this grotto. I basically remember what the deal is. And hey, I guess the rupee checks. Well, I don't think they respawned actually. Maybe I just didn't collect them because, you know, they were rupees. A great example of well, I say a great example. These would be rupees no matter what. But yeah. Another thing to keep in mind is by completing this thing already, you can see that the tentacles, vines, they are not so much in existence anymore. They are down for the count. So here we will have to come here and dispatch this dude. No, actually this dude. Get up to the top. Then we will have to burn down the thing, or burn down. Yeah, burn down. We will have to burn down the thing. I will have to switch weapons during this point because, yeah. By the way, yes, all my items are reskinned as well. And now we get to Highest Isle that we haven't been to previously. At Highest Isle, there's this dude, and also a chest. The chest is nothing. I can eliminate it from contention. I'll say, the chest appearance matches content, and if we see it looks like nothing, fourth piece of heart. Let's go. If we see it looks like this, we know that it's nothing. We're looking for a red chest with spiky bits on it. And, you know, at this point, there's not that many, like, priority items left. We've gotten every chart. We've gotten, you know... I'm not sure, actually, does Telescope count as red spiky? Probably, because it's a major item. But, like, Hero's Charm, Bomb Bag upgrades, 2 of them... Those are, like, the only like, items that are left in our seed here. So, like, we see red, it's a pretty good chance. Okay, that one we know. Shark Island. Shark Island is the next one, and it's just due west. Entirely due west. Shark Island, we do have a blue chew that we now have access to. All these checks that we are getting access to now at this point have to do with mostly the leaf in some way. We didn't have the leaf like the last time we cleared everything off on the ocean, and as a result, yeah, we couldn't get them. I want to be going directly east, so stay on the course. It's very important. See how long this takes. See how long this takes. Now, I will say, I would really like to finish before 24 hours. We're now at 22 and a half. If we can finish in the next 90 minutes, we'll be under 24 hours for this whole randomizer. This is, to date, the longest randomizer I've ever done. And I've done quite a few, you know. I'll say I've done quite a few. The longest one previously was like 16, 17 hours, which was Majora's Mask plus Ocarina of Time combo randomizer, with like not even all the dungeons enabled. I'll say I could have done a longer seed. I could have done longer settings. Turns out though, when you have every check available, every check in logic in a game as big as this one, it just goes and goes. It's a long. There's a lot to do. There's a lot of those, there's a lot of, like, mildly repetitive, checks, and, that results in, you know, a long randomizer. Okay, I think with Shark Island, we just run up, basically. We just run right up, and, just it's easy. While we're here, we're going to get the, while we're here, is this Shark Island? There's the tree. Yeah. We gotta get the leaf-related one. Iron Boots, Skull Hammer, and Deku Leaf is required for this blue chew. Hmm. So those are wait, what? Why couldn't we get this one earlier? Did I not? Am I sure? We sure I didn't get this one earlier? It says the requirements are Iron Shoes, Skull Hammer, and Deku Leaf. I apparently was here in the cave when I had the Deku Leaf. I'm a little confused about where this blue chew is. I'll say, I don't know this game top to bottom. There might be a check or two where, like, yeah, I've never hunted blue chews on this island before. I've never tried this type of location randomized in a randomizer. And I've also never gotten every blue chew in the game. I mean, the way that blue chews work, I believe, is that you wouldn't get them all normally, you know, on account of, you know, their you wouldn't normally get every blue chew that can be found in the game because you only need so many to actually turn in, and there's seems like there's more than that as far as that goes. So you maybe even people who might have gotten every blue chew might never have gotten this blue chew. Oh, is there like a tornado or something? Maybe like a tornado situation. I already did all the stuff to, like, open the crap. And what it's telling me this blue chew requires is Iron Boots, Skull Hammer, and Deku Leaf. So that would almost suggest that I need to hit these switches again. That would be the logical thing to conclude. No? Don't know. I am definitely confused. Maybe that sign has some sort of explanation of where a storm would come from. I think that just says, like, to reach the thing. Oh, yeah, to reach the island sail from here. Yeah, Shark Island Blue Chew. Head to the tail. Shark Island, Shark Island. This is Shark Island, right? It's shaped like a shark. After activating all 4 switches on the island quickly, an updraft will appear on the tail of the island. Oh, I thought that just opened the thing. I thought that just opened the, Okay, that is what it is. That is, how you do it. Okay. Got it. I'm on it. We want to start with the, these ones then. The ones that are, on, the side. And then we'll get that one, and then we'll drift over, I suppose. Is it too late to do a song? I need the wind to be going the right way. South, right? More or less. Okay. Oh, that's what it does. I guess earlier I thought it made the door open on the pit area. I guess it was it wasn't that at all. It was something else. Also, I suppose if the wind was going the... Can I get there? Yeah, but I'm gonna have to, like, go out, go the other way. Am I... rough the way the wind works here, but whatever. We just barely have... Oh! We just barely don't have enough distance to make it. Great. Let's try that again. We don't know. This could be it. This could be the one. And again, we're doing all the checks that are on the path of the withered dudes. All the checks on the path of the withered dudes, just so we can, you know, figure out what we need, what we got access to already, and or just so we know, like, before we start Withered Trees, how to do everything involved in it. Okay, that ain't it. Cool. Let me redirect the wind again. A little bit more southeast. We'll do it. I need more magic. I really do. Last time, we checked, like, through 200 locations, so, like, if you're wondering, like, I would be very surprised if this was not it. I'd be very surprised if this went particularly long, I'll say. Like, this should be, all told, a very short final stream, you know. Basically, the last two, we've done as much as we could within a single stream, you know. Going going as, like, as many hours as I can without, you know, without getting to the point where I would need to split the VOD into two on the YouTube side. I definitely prefer to not split a VOD if I can help it. And, you know, as a result, after 11 hours, YouTube VODs can only be a certain length. After 11 hours, I gotta call it. I gotta get going. Great Fairy chart. Okay, that's nothing. Good to check. Good to check. Okay, so just sail up on this one. That's that. Next island is Southern Fairy. Southern Fairy is... Wait, what? That's the one after? It's to the... back from where we came. There must be a reason why you would, why you would go to here and then back to Southern Fairy. Well, I guess it is more northernly, so maybe going from, you know, maybe like going south and then north and such would be less efficient. Cliff Plateau. Wait, really? Oh no, I'm looking at the I'm sorry, I forgot I pulled up a thing of the Choo-Choo locations, Blue Chew locations. The next up is Great Fish. Okay, so from there it's mostly north east. So we go Great Fish after that. Sounds like when we get there, there'll be a bit of a path to walk down. Hey, Rock Party, how's it going? Sounds like when we get there, there's a path to walk down. Yeah. Link can also chain a piece of heart here. From the tree, glide west. Okay, so there's one thing we haven't gotten on Great Fish that we can get real fast while scouting it out and finding the where the tree is. Apparently there's a chest. We can see it, we can check it, we can know whether it's good or not. I need to be going a little bit more north. There it is on the horizon, I can see it now. Lovely. We are all doing this in search of one item. Remember, one item. Ideally, before we even get to trying to Withered Trees, we will find what we're looking for and, you know, be able to go fight all the final bosses of the game in the you know, pretty much vanilla ending. But we'll see what happens. We'll see how this goes. Where is the... Okay, so Withered Tree. Withered Tree. Where exactly is the Withered Tree here? Warp here and follow the corkscrew path. The corkscrew path? What does that mean? Corkscrew path is what the guide I'm looking at says. Is that the corkscrew path? That is a corkscrew. It is a path. I assume you missed a lot since the end of stream 1. Oh yeah, we have had a journey. You know, at the end of the stream, of the first stream, I was struggling to even attack enemies. You know, I had no sword, I had no item that would reliably defeat enemies. Other than I was dealing with the platforms by just like throwing pots at enemies, making them trip and jump off the platforms on their own. How long did it take to get Sword 1? Like 14 hours. Maybe 14, 13, somewhere in there. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Apparently you can warp as part of this, as part of the, I am seeing on the thing, it says the warp, so I guess you can warp as part of the tree thing. Interesting. Okay. Now then, we need to change the wind west and glide. And glide. Okay. Change the wind west and glide. It took a while, but, you know, around the time we got the sword, we also got light arrows, and, you know, since then, it's been, you know, it's been the other thing. It's been easy. It's been nice. It's been amazing. Basically, every enemy in the game instantly dies when they're struck with a light arrow, so, you know, you just shoot them and they're done. They're cooked. They're dead. And trash, it's trash. Okay. We can leave that one. And you know, as a result, yeah, Needle Rock is the next location. Needle Rock I think has we already got everything at Needle Rock, is that right? Yeah, we already got everything at Needle Rock, so we just need to scout it out and check the tree. So from here, from here, we go south. We go south, southwest to Needle Rock. We can see it. Okay. Right now we're scouting out again. We're scouting out the Withered Trees path, and we're getting any items that are on the Withered Trees islands. So we have a good chance. It's very possible we will find the Master Sword in this prep time and not have to do Withered Trees, but it's not, you know, it's not necessarily. It could be that the check is somewhere else. The Master Sword, final Master Sword is somewhere else. We will find out. Okay, this one's rather simple. I think I can see. I think I realize that. Yeah, there it is. You just get out there. Go up there and say hello. I don't even have to go here. Private Oasis, warp to Tower of the Gods, is what the thing is suggesting. Okay, so we go warp to Tower of Gods. Also with Shark Island, we want to warp to Southern Fairy Island to get to that. Okay, keep in mind we will be warping. We will be warping to get around to things. Here we go south, I believe? Yeah. Sail south. South is this way. Let me take care of that. Wabam. Bots love spamming messages. Let's see. Private Cabana is right there, and I do believe we just go up on the island and, yeah. Private Cabana is currently, completed, so we don't have to worry about Private Cabana. Nothing is there, check-wise. And, can I see the tree? Where is the tree? Let me get out and check where the tree is. So it's important that we know where the trees are before we, make this run. Tree, where's the tree? Okay, there's the tree. It's on the far side, opposite the cabana. Lovely. Lovely. Okay. Eastern Fairy Island is the next. We warp to Tower of Gods again, apparently, but this time we go east. We go east from there, or wait, east? No, we go north. Oh, damn it. Gotta does not default to where you last sang your song. We'll note that. I will remember that, and I will be looking when I'm teleporting next time when we're actually doing it. Okay. Okay. Thinking. East. Never. East. North. It has to be north from there. So, yeah, from here we go north. We're going to have to sail around the temple there. But it's pretty straightforward. Mother and Child is next. Mother and Child is fully done, and also Star Island is the last one, which has one check remaining. Okay, cool. And those two are really close to each other, so they'll be quick. Okay, there's that guy. And from here, we teleport to Tingle, and then we go northwest. There's nothing on Mother and Child, and then we go north one to Star Island, where there is one last check. There is a sunk treasure. Did I unfurl every map? Which sunk treasure was that? That's sunk treasure 7. Yeah, that's been long since unfurled. We're good. We got it. Why did I not? I must have not gotten that one until very, very recently. Or else I would have gotten it much earlier. Okay. So we sail here. Takes a bit. We have, by the way, 20 minutes total to do this. I don't know how people did this back on the original game without a swift sail. The HD version added an extra 10 minutes of time. Also, by the way, it's like a one-shot thing. It's not just that the thing expires. You literally have one attempt before, yeah. Okay, this is pretty straightforward. We just get out here. Nothing else to see. And finally, we head north from here. We'll get the sunken treasure, and then we will do Withered Trees. Unless this sunken treasure is the Master Sword. If this sunken treasure is the Master Sword, then we will be done, and we will head to the end of the game. At this point, the odds are, well, the odds are 1 in 18. The odds are 1 in 18, which is, okay, it's over there. Keep an eye out for the light, for the thing. The odds are 1 in 18, so... Where is the light? Where is the light? Where is the light? Where is the light? I don't see the light. No lights. Just on the wrong side of the island. Check that damn chart again. Wait. Oh. Oh, wait, this is Star Island and this is Sunk Treasure 7? Oh, I think I got that one. Maybe I accidentally, did the wrong check earlier. Like, maybe I checked off the wrong thing last time we were at Star Island. It's possible. I'm not sure. Let's double check to make sure we got everything here because clearly something went wrong with the tracking here. I forgot to check it off. Maybe I forgot to do it at all. Let's just double check. Let's just go into the cave and check the blue chew as well. Because that's kind of fishy. That the, it's kind of fishy. I don't remember this island. Also, looks pretty straightforward though. Looks like a pretty normal island. Where's the blue chew? Maybe it's inside or something. Let's check. The cave was uncovered, and I think that might mean that I did go in there, and I did get, yeah, whatever it was. It was nothing. Okay. What about the, there's the lookout platform and the blue chew. The lookout platform is nothing, so we probably did it, like, right off the gate, right off the bat. Probably was in that early time. The blue chew drop. What the hell does the blue chew drop? I think it's just, bombs or power bracelets. Okay, so the blue chew was under one of these. I must have got it at the same time I got the cave. So I think I must have just, whenever I got that sunken treasure taken care of, I must have just, like, forgotten to mark it out. Surprised that they're not, it's not showing up, though. Be good to double check. But, okay, well, I think we now know 100% where to go. Other than the first island, it's pretty straightforward. We just fucking fly. Other than the first island, it's pretty straightforward. We just basically walk up on them, and that's that. Except for the last one. Except for the first one, so, yeah. Let's go do it then. Let's go do it then. It's time to Withered Trees. I should, can I save? Can I save inside the place, inside Forest Haven? That would be a good idea, so if we, end up having to, restart and try again, we don't have to run all the way back here. All right. By the way, the shared chat is still working, right? No, I've seen a bunch of spammers in the Twitch chat, and it doesn't seem like it gets shared over to the YouTube side. I don't know if that's a good thing, you know, just like, oh, YouTube is a little sharper on the spam detection than Twitch is. It's probably something like that. I mean, the spam messages are fairly obvious. You'd have to be, and they come in the same pattern for like weeks at a time. It's weird that that Twitch doesn't like crack down on those fools, but it's not pulling it over. I wonder if YouTube might see those messages and think, oh, the shared bot is a spammer, is not someone to be trusted with the messages. It's just sharing over every message, though, is the thing. So, could be good ones, it could be bad ones. Okay, let's save. And, do we just need one bottle? One bottle of the magic water? I think maybe we just need one bottle of the magic water. Also, do we need to get it from inside where the fairies are? You can use it multiple times, but it loses freshness after 20 minutes. Okay. Coincidentally, I am realizing after going through this whole game, normal water-wise, I don't think there's been any normal water in this game. Huh. I mean, as far as, like, putting it in a bottle and pouring it on stuff, there's not that many things you keep in bottles. Other than, like, consumables, I guess. And no missions involving it, side quests involving water, other than the magic water. Alright, folks, we got some magic water, and, we're off to do, off to a great start here. We're off to do, we are off to do the, mission. The, Withered Trees. We're doing Withered Trees. It is one of 17 locations left, so, maybe it's not Withered Trees, but, I'd like to give it a stab, see if I can do it. We do have Swift Sail as part of the, quality of life features of the randomizer, so we should be able to go faster than a normal, than normal. And hopefully, with a, guide and also a little bit of prep, we just ran around and, checked and seed where everything was, and also made sure that all the islands that we're going to as part of this are all done, all checked off, all completed. We are ready to go see what's what and how's this, and we are very hopeful we might find something. We will goddamn see, and let's hope. Let's hope. This is probably like the longest of any of the islands that we have to go to, because this one, we have to go through a cave to get where we're going. Everywhere else, pretty much, we just sort of warp there and run up a hill. Like, the longest place is a hill where you also have to, go up a spiral thing. And other than that, it's pretty straightforward. First tree. Yeah, that tree's happy. Happy tree. My boat is there. Let's go. We already went through this route real fast, so we know that we can warp and that we should warp. The next place to warp is Southern Ferry, right next to Shark Food Island, and we go from there to, we go to their west. West. Which way are we pointing? We're pointing to the west! Yes, we're pointing to the west right away. I need my sail! Alright, I think maybe we won't need to unequip the sail throughout the rest of it. And it would be nice if we could just keep these 3 buttons. In fact, I think that is it. Right there on the horizon. I think that's the Shark Food Island, the Shark Island. Carefully go around these guys. Again, 20 minutes is our limit for this. As long as we can go. Our special water will be normal after that. I assume it's not real time, it's like game time. And yeah. Great Fish Isle is next. Yep, that's a happy tree. This is the wrong way. My boat's the other way. Hopefully, whatever time we lose by being, dipshits and jumping off the wrong way, we can regain by having a really fast boat. Great fish! Spiral path. We need to run up a spiral path. Needle Rock is the place after this, and we go from here southwest to Needle Rock. There's the spiral path. It's right dead center. And, okay. Come on. There we go. All right. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Hello, friend. This would be the third? The third one. The third one. All right. That dude, watered. Watered. Now then. A little bit to this set direction, and then go. And then go. Needle Rock is that way. I can see it. Dead on. Okay. Very nice, very good. This one's simple. We just walk up. I think the rest of them are all simple. Like, the first one was the most complicated of the bunch. And even that, it wasn't complicated. It was just a little inconvenient, you know? It was just a longer path than you'd want when you're on a 20-minute timer. Which, by the way, it'd be cool if it was, like, on screen or something, or on the bottle. Like a little minute count. Maybe I should have set my own timer. No, I can't do that because it's I think it's game time. I don't think it's, like, you know, if I pause and if I'm teleporting, that timer's not going down anymore. Right? Hope so. Hello, I see you have a tree. I am here to water your tree. This is all for one sword. This is all for one sword. It's the last item we need. Nothing else in the game is left. At this point, I kind of hope that it is. I hope that it is the Withered Trees, you know? We're spending all this time doing the Withered Trees. It'd be nice if it was Withered Trees. Okay, there's 4 more. 4 more. I don't know what pace we're making. I did not look and see what time it was when we started. This way is Private Cabana, the private oasis. An oasis is a weird thing to have at sea. A sea oasis. It's you got like a little lake on your little island. Unusual. I don't think there is any other fresh water in islands. The Great Forest has the Forest Haven has some water. There's like a whole pool in the middle of Dragon Roost. Okay, there's some water around here and there. Next guy. Next guy. 3 more to go after this. We empty our drink onto this guy, and then he is up. He is happy. Let's go. That's one happy tree. Night is falling. Now from here we warp back to the island we were just at, and we go north rather than south. North rather than south. Which means that we do go around the big motherfucker in the middle. We do go around this fella. And then, yeah. By the way, there's only like a 1 out of 17 chance that this is the thing, but I don't know, man. We've had 2 of the other arduously long side quests had Way of the Hero things, Goron trading, and Orca. So I wouldn't put it past this seed to be like that. I have a good feeling that... I have a good feeling about this. I have a feeling that, like, the funniest possible place for it to be is it. Is going to be it. And this would be that. This would be exactly that. You know? Okay, so from here we need to warp to Tingle Island. And then there's just 2 more islands, and they're both in the same place. So we go Tingle, we sail up to Mother Child. If, by the way, teleporting to Mother Child, if you don't know, takes you to the interior of Mother Child. You can't get to the outside from there. You can't do it. Yeah, up and this way. Glad we didn't wing it, because that first island would have been a real impediment if we had tried to do it without prep. Obviously, it did turn out that, like, every other island was simple, and just a matter of, like, can you warp to the right place? Can you sail in the right direction? Those things can be difficult, I'll say. And certainly we have sailed the wrong way a bunch of times. It's hard to know where you're going in this. If they did this sort of thing again, you think they'd have like a waypoint system, like, oh, set a way. Of course, yeah. There's already been open world Zelda games with exactly that system in place. It's not uncommon. It's yes, you would have a waypoint system if they did this now. Correct. There's Withered Tree. There's the second to last Withered Tree. All right, we got this, I think. I'll be very surprised if we get to the last Withered Tree and our shit is expired. Our water is expired. I think that is it on the horizon. I think I am due just right. There's no way we fail this now. Right? Right? It's a race against time where you don't know how much time you have. Probably more than we think. Again, we have the swift sail. It should be fine. It should be good. One last, and then we'll find out what Withered Trees gets us. I've never done Withered Trees before. It's probably much harder and much less convenient without the swift sail that this ROM hack, this randomizer adds. Also, the other, HD also adds it, so, I'm sure I could have experienced it this way long ago. Honestly, with a guide and prep, wasn't that bad. Wasn't that bad! It's done! Yeah! That tree is the last. They all grew nice and big. And it's a skull necklace. Alright, so we learned that Withered Trees was not it. Okay. I think it was interesting to do anyway. I was really betting on it. I was really betting, like, oh, I feel like the odds are better than they would be, but, you're not always right when you bet on something. Okay! Well, folks, we just did Withered Trees. This is where a timestamp is going on the VOD after Withered Trees. Wasn't that bad. I don't know, like, how much time we had, and it's not like the game will tell you. Well, I guess. Actually, can we pause and does it say there? It has. Oh, we have like 10 minutes left. Okay, we were super on time. Okay, well, when you're using a guide, it's very easy, actually. I should not have been afraid. Okay. Especially with the swift sail that the randomizer adds. Lesson to be learned. Don't be afraid. It's not that bad. Just look up a fucking guide and it'll go like that. Folks. We just did the Withered Trees. It was not it. And there's just 16 locations left in the game. And let's just try to see how we can go to them. They are various random things, such as destroying cannons, some sunken treasure, cannons, lookout platforms. But basically, all these things in some way require the Deku Leaf. So they are similar in a lot of ways to previous things we were doing last time. But yeah, we should do them in whatever order makes sense. The most lucrative islands are Horseshoe, that has 3, Southern Ferry, which has 2, and this one, Rock Spire, which also has 2, and that's it. The rest of it is just dregs. So I'm thinking let's go to Outset. Oh, and yeah, I said Rock Spire. Let's go to Horseshoe. Go to Five-Eyed from there. Maybe sail down to Two Reef from there. Sail up. Let's do these 3 in this order. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll warp here and do this whole bunch from there. Well, we'll figure it out. Okay. At this point, probably going to be above 24 hours in total. At this point, it's looking like that. If we had started with the other ocean checks, probably wouldn't be the case, but I don't know. If this stream had just been ocean checks without anything that I hadn't done before, part of me would be a little bit bummed, you know. I don't regret doing the trees. I'll never do them again in my life, and you know, if not for that, this stream would be a lot of just, okay, we're going to an island, we're playing some golf, we didn't get the Master Sword. We're going to another island, gunboats, we didn't get the Master Sword. Move on. And then eventually we'd get the Master Sword and there. Admittedly, if I had saved the trees, I would have had the tension of like, are we going to get it, or are we going to have to do trees? Now that we've done it, the retention is relieved. But, you know, it turns out that the tension would have been super duper relieved anyway. There would have been no tension to begin with. And, I think that's the same. Play golf, basically, in this case, means we need to throw this and then use our, throw these balls, these nuts, and then use our leaf, which is in this case a pool mat, of course, to, push it into the hole. Might take a few tries. That one's not going in. It might take a few tries, excuse me, while I attempt. This is pretty straightforward, though. This is a fun little minigame. And, like, the only other case in the game, you know, literally the only other case in the game where you need to blow something with the leaf, other than piles of leaves, I guess. I mean, there's totally some leaf blowing. There's a lot of leaf blowing in that forest temple. I'll say, since we had some items, I did not need to blow leaf that much. Oh, there's the blue chew, by the way. That's the blue chew drop. The first one where I've actually killed the guy, rather than just taking it off with the grapple. Would be inconvenient if I had to deal with him trying to kill me. That was a double hole-in-one. I should get an extra item for that. And the play golf is nothing. Now then, what about the cave? There's a cave here, and the cave has one more thing for us. I think the cave's going to be a good one. I think the cave is going to be it. I will take out my light arrows. Do I have enough to, yes I do. I also have soup. I can always get more magic. And the chest is nothing. Okay, we still haven't found it. There's 13 locations accessible remaining. 14 total remaining. An estimated 8 locations to check, says the game. Seems like. It has estimated this whole time that I would basically have to check almost every location. It was right. It was correct. That estimate was right on track, right about right. Okay, so from here we sail north east. I need my sail. And I believe it's we need to destroy the cannons. So destroy the cannons. We need a Deku Leaf and we need a boomerang. I don't know why we need the... It's probably the case where you destroy them and then you need to float across the thing to actually get it. Northeast. Northeast is this way. All this for one sword. Again, we're just looking for one thing. At this point, the question is, will we find the spyglass? What about the hero's charm? I don't know I've ever gotten the hero's charm. There's also the bomb upgrades. All those 4 items, there's 2 bomb upgrades, are still somewhere, I think, unless they were replaced by freezies, by frost traps, ice traps. And we just gotta go find them. Destroy the cannons. Here we go in, and we're gonna destroy some cannons. If you're wondering, in the original game, you can see when you're aiming the boomerang. This frisbee is kind of in the way. There are a lot of these cannons here. I believe what this is, by the way, is that you can come here earlier. You can destroy these cannons without the leaf, but wherever the final reward is going to appear, it's going to be somewhere where we need to leaf it up to get to where we're going to. Where is the... There they are. Was I targeting the cannonball for a second? Weird. Also, those cannons are now facing away from us. What was up with that? Is that... Whoa! 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 Big chest! Big chest! We could have... It honestly might be a not bad idea to do this, like, earlier. Like, when you're in here to get the treasure or whatever. And, take care of it, while, how do you... Oh, there's a ramp up here. Might be a good idea to take care of this before... And then, it might honestly be a good idea to take care of this early. And then, you know, later on you can just know, like, okay, if it's something, you don't have to come back. If it's not something, you don't have to come back, and if it is something, you do. I kind of don't want to reposition the wind. Kind of don't want to have to turn the wind direction to the other way. I want to just walk around and save myself a song of wind. Is it faster to walk around this way, or is it faster to just play the song of wind once? I don't know. My fault for not doing a thing. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is too low. Also, I'm gonna have to use my grandma juice. I'm all out of magic. Okay, so there's like a high point on that whole thing, and you have to jump from the high point. Cool. Good. Okay, we do have to play the song to change the wind direction. That is unavoidable. Here. We start from here, and we go to that one that's slightly sloped. Okay, lesson learned. Altitude matters. Okay, this way? I guess, basically. Let's do it. Drink my shit. Get my magic. My mojo back. This could be it. This could be it. Or it's the periscope. Or it's, like, 2 other items. I'll note that, like, we still have a couple other things this could be. And, previously, whenever we've checked a lot of chests, and they've never, you know, very few of them have had the item that we've been looking for. Just a handful throughout the whole thing. Is this it? Ah! That's it! That's it! Alright. Alright. Folks, we'll have a look at this. It's the fully upgraded Master Sword. That's right, we're in Go mode. We found every major item in the game, practically, other than the periscope and some other crap. The hero's charm and 2 bomb bags. We are now in Go mode. We have everything we need to complete the game. And, we don't have to do anything more. We don't have to do any more checks. My forest water has become plain water. We finished that like 10 minutes ago. I guess apparently it took 10 minutes since finishing the water quest to find this business. We only had to check 2 additional locations after the Withered Trees. We are leaving, we left 11 of those places, or 11 or 12, I'm not sure, out in the Great Ocean for us to get. Point is, we're done now. We have everything we need. It's time to go finish. We are like a half hour to midnight, or not to midnight, you know. Actually, it's actually pretty early. It's actually 8:40, so we've been streaming tonight about an hour. But like we're about a half hour from 24 hours of this randomizer. So let's see if we can do this whole thing, this whole what remains in the next half hour. We have for those keeping score. Wait a minute, I should get some stuff before we go. I should stock up. I should stock up. Don't be so hasty. Don't be so hasty. We need grandma juice. We should get some grandma juice. We should get some grandma juice. We should get some fairies. We're about to go in to the thing. But let me spend a couple minutes getting some grandma juice and some fairies. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, that would be a good idea. We don't want a game over. We don't want to run out of magic. Yeah. Cool. Good. I'm kind of surprised. One thing that I'm kind of looking at, you know, I think we did get a lot of heart pieces, but we are still like 6 short of full heart situation. I guess I will say we did. It's not like when we checked every location, you know, every location except for 12. It's not like when we checked every location, we actually did collect the item. There were a lot of items we just saw, oh crap, and just left. I'm sure a lot of those were pieces of heart or even full heart containers, and you know, I guess that makes up for what we're lacking as far as that goes. But it's fine. We have probably more than you would in a typical playthrough. We have, you know, we're pretty loaded for bear. We have a really good pictograph if we want to take a picture of Ganon. And, you know, can you do that? Can you make a figure of Ganondorf? I don't know. I think that the game would be over. It's like a point of no return, right? Surely you don't keep that camera if you, like, save and, come back. I don't know. Anyway, we're heading to Ganondorf. We're heading to Ganon. First, let's stock up on, crap, and then we'll be, on our way. This is the best place to get some fairies. I think. Let me empty my fancy water. Oh, shit. Yeah, I think literally water does nothing. Maybe it does, like, some non-quest thing. There must be some use for it if it is in the game. They wouldn't just make water as, like, oh, it's expired water. Unless it just came over from Ocarina, and they didn't think about that much. I'll say, we've checked, like, nearly every check in the game. I did not see anything that involved regular water. I don't know, like, why we need to have the ability to have regular water in our thing. Maybe, like, the potion shop requires water. That's very silly. No, it doesn't. Definitely not. I don't know. If there's some use for water, other than the special water in Wind Waker, tell me. Let me know. I don't know. Maybe there's like a tree you can water and it'll give you some rupees. Like some crap rupees. Like some just free rupees or something. Maybe if you water a pig, it'll go oink oink, thank you for watering me, and give you a rupee or something. Who can say? I don't know. Alright. We're back here. Let's do it. We're ready for, we're loaded for bear and ready to go. This is going to be a whole bunch of stuff. I'll say, the way that this works is that we have to fight Phantom Ganon, 1, and then 2, we have to fight, we have to fight Puppet Ganon, and then 3, we fight regular Ganon. And, the first step is to get to that. I will say boss refights are out. We don't have to deal with boss refights. I disabled them. I never have cared to boss refight a boss. And, yeah. Look at that! That's right. We're using our swordfish to open the barrier. That's great. That's great. Imagine if we had left Orca for today. We would have had to do Orca as well, considering Orca was one of the Triforce pieces. I'm glad we didn't. I'm glad we finished that yesterday. That was a very good final run. If Orca had been left on the table, we would have had to do everything. And that's why I did the Withered Leaf, because same logic. I just kind of felt it in my heart that it might be that cruel. I don't need my net anymore. I don't need my sail. That's done. That's something to think about. Isn't that odd? Item been up with us the whole game, and it's all the way completed, all the way done. We will never use it again. Not really that odd. It's what usually happens at this point in the game. You stop sailing, unless you want to go get some juice, some grandma juice, before facing off with Ganondorf. So here, the boss refights are skipped, so the door is open. Thank God. Honestly, I wouldn't mind if, like, Phantom Ganon and Puppet Ganon were skipped as well. Personally, I think just one final boss is good. Hey, we made it to Ganondorf's Keep. We are still in go mode. We still have everything. We're all prepped and ready to go. We're about to finish this. If we can do it within a half hour, we'll be under 24 hours. And I think that'd be nice, if possible. Did this just skip right to a later phase of this dude? I thought you had to go through like 12 rooms before he actually like faces you proper. In any case, let's do this. tell with these fuckers. I've never been a big fan of the ping pong. Didn't even get hit that time. How are you supposed to know? Honestly, don't know how you're supposed to know which one is which. Never been a big fan of this boss fight. I mean, I'll say, like, most of the times I play this game, Triforce Hunt always gets in the way of, like, actually finishing, actually going the distance. Maybe he's just, like, always behind you or something. Triforce Hunt always makes me go, okay, I think I'm good, actually, and beggar off. And I guess I'll say with this randomizer, it has taught me that there are worse things than wasn't even swinging in that case. There are worse things than good thing I got these fairies. Wasn't expecting to blow one here, but whatever. There are worse things than, am I expected to use my light arrow against him? Is that what I'm supposed to do? Oh, okay. It's fast-tracked here, okay. Okay, I thought this was an actual fight. I thought this was the actual fight. I thought this was the actual fight where you actually need to, like, go room to room and shit. I forgot that in the randomizer they shortcut it. And just make it just, hey, here's Phantom Ganon, go wild. Okay. That's the penultimate boss, and, like, the majority of, probably the majority of this final sequence. Okay, you know what? It's looking more and more like we can do this in under 24 hours. We just gotta get, this next fight has to go cleanly and fast. And then the next fight after that has to go one try, and that's it. Pretty straightforward, pretty fine. I don't need to kill... Wait, do I need to kill these guys? I think I might have to kill these guys. As I'm thinking about this, I'm remembering people shooting these guys with light arrows, and I like speedrunners and stuff. I don't think they would do that if you could just go up to the top and go into the final, into Phantom Ganon's room. For once, we have the light arrow where we're supposed to have light arrow. Just this little bit, where you go through and you light arrow all the guys, and you're supposed to feel like, oh wow, this is really strong. I think previous times I played this game, I didn't even think to use that, and just killed them the old-fashioned way. Like, until very recently in my life, I, you know, didn't use the light arrow as much as I should. That's a lesson to y'all. Abuse the hell out of it. This sequence is for abusing your light arrow in. So, you know, don't miss out. Let me restock my fairy. And then, it's Phantom Ganon time. Okay. We're now on to the final two bosses. The final boss, the first final boss, and the second final boss. This is Phantom Ganon. It'll go, or Puppet Ganon. It'll go medium quick. I should do the slow thing. I should do the regular thing. Just take out the ropes and not just blind fire light arrows. You can do that. You can. Oopsie daisy. You can blind fire light arrows and hope for the best. But it's easier to shoot it down and to to get the, get that on the ground so that you can shoot it direct. And so it doesn't move as, fast. Honestly, it's still hard, especially as the effect kind of blocks my, I can't see as good. Can't see where I'm aiming. You gotta get like 3 shots. There are people who can just like no-scope this shit almost immediately, and that's amazing. I am not that person. I can try, but I'm probably not going to be successful in it. Let's try it. Just one shot, one kill. Nope. Only you have to aim, you gotta like the patterns and all. Okay, let's do it normal. Do it normal. I think you can like stun him as well. Actually, you can stun him by like shooting him in the face or something. I believe that's the case. Things on the ground. Got him. That is the first round. There's 3 rounds. Don't get so excited, Link. You know it's not time yet. Link's got his Super Soaker as Link's got his Super Soaker there. It's a very good skin that I'm using. Now we got spider time. I like how you can see where the spider's going to land in the reflection. That seems like a real good solution to just like, well, how do we fucking show the player where it's gonna be? The player can't look up that much, actually. So instead, they can look down and see where spider is coming. Pretty effective solution. This phase is much easier, provided you run good and get out of the way of big spider ass. And you know to look down. Important things. Oh crap, I think yeah, this one's not it. I suppose I could also shoot up at it. Got him. And the last one is Big Snake. Big Snake, there's no wires to cut, so you can't like stun it. But just hit good. Just aim good. Now is the time for no scoping. There we go. In this phase, I think it wants you to no scope a little bit. Just a little bit. No, not that much. I think you can light arrow to the head. Doesn't even stop for that long, though. I don't know. He gets the magic juice, and then oh, come on now. The hits. I wish you could lock on. Kind of wild that you can't. The one time in the game where you have to like free targets an actual thing. It also is worth noting that, you know, GameCube era aiming controls, they're right stick based. It's not as used to that these days. In the HD remake, they do change it to be left stick. I gotta equip the things again. Got him! Hard to aim when you can't see. But I managed it anyway! That was a nice those 3 shots that hit were particularly good. The shots that didn't hit, had the dozen that didn't hit, not as nice, but the 3 that did, I like that. It's fun to when you can't aim for shit, it's fun to hit as if by accident. As if by accident. All right. I have to, like, jump onto this vine. Guess I have to jump onto this vine to, like, climb up onto this vine. Nice, good Phantom Puppet Ganon. Nice, solid Puppet Ganon. We just got 1 left to go. It is very possible we can finish today, right now. I say within before it gets to 24 hours. That's the tension. 24 hours, not 24 hours. That's where we're at. That's it's right down to it, folks. Lovely. Let me grapple over to here. Do they open the warp in the randomizer here to make it so you don't have to do all this regular ass climbing? They might do. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling happy. We got some more fairies and magic and stuff over here. Or just this stuff. We gotta grapple over to where's the thing? We gotta grapple again up another level. Again, remember, time is of the essence. We got like 14 minutes if we want to come in under 24 hours, which I would like to do for no particular reason, other than that is like a significant, that's like the length of a day, you know, and for that, I would like to come in under that, but who can say? Who knows? I am opening that shortcut. The shortcut is not open by default, worth noting. I am doing a save. And if we fail, we can come back here. We won't. We have so much everything. We can come back here and you know, it'll be nice and good and clean. All right. Here we are. Ganondorf, final battle. We have like 12 minutes roughly, a little over 12 minutes to finish off Phantom Ganon, or finish off proper Ganon here on proper Ganon. And look for the counter, I think. That's how you do it. Or maybe just hold him in place a little bit. I've had Ganon fights that have gone weirdly long before, so I hope that like Ganon, that like Zelda does her thing quickly and gets to the part where she fires an arrow at me to be reflected to him. This I've had some. I don't know how you're supposed to do it properly, fast, whatever. I just sort of wing it usually, and every time I've done this, and hey, I'll say we have a lot of fairies and plenty of time. Okay, good. We're moving to the next phase. I don't think we're going to die here. Oh, we did use one of our fairies. That's fine. I don't think we're gonna die here with how much we have in the tank, but this guy can't be tougher than Orca, you know. This guy can't be tougher than Orca, really. I don't think. He's blocking me, I know. Zelda, get up. Get up, Zelda. I need to do my big jump, or a roll, but also I need to make contact when I do the roll. Feels different, this counter. Like, for one, it's not it seems like it's not based on him attacking or whatever. And also, it's over real quick compared to normal. I wonder if this is the sort of thing where like an SD TV versus a modern TV is like the reaction time. I don't know. It's imperceptible to me, that sort of thing. And well, I barely use any SD TVs ever, so I guess what do I know? Maybe it is not. Maybe it is somewhat perceptible. There's the counter. Stab him in the butt. There she goes. Okay, she's up. You have 10 minutes, Zelda, to do your next thing. I'm walking, and I think we should stop when she's aiming. What was that shot? Zelda, where are you aiming? Aim at me, Zelda. Or is she aiming at Ganondorf still? Okay, when she starts aiming, that's when I should start stopping. Sometimes it doesn't seem like she's aiming for me. Maybe I need to occupy him when she is aiming her shot. Fight always confuses me. Like, I know eventually she's going to aim at my shield. Doesn't look like she's doing that yet. Right now, we're just sort of futzing. I'm just sort of playing around with Ganondorf to no avail. Okay, there we go. There's the cue. And time. That was the final hit. Okay. We did finish in just under 24 hours. We did finish in just under 24 hours. It's 23 hours and 51 minutes. That's a wrap. That's it. That's the max percent randomizer done and completed. I have completed Ganondorf, and yeah, it's over now. Oh, don't be sad, Link. It's you know, hey, he is tired. It has been a long, literally 24 hours. That's right. My children, listen to me. Emma. This is the final cutscene. It's normal. It's not skipped, apparently. We could, hold B through it. Oh, that was a hell of a randomizer. Final thoughts, I guess? That was a hell of a randomizer. That was, too much of a randomizer. It went just under 24 hours. It went for 3 streams, and 2 of those being about as long as streams can be. You know, a half day, practically. I knew I was going to be getting into it. I was going to be in for it, going for a max percent, max settings Wind Waker Randomizer. And that did not disappoint. The first stream was really wild insofar as not having a sword or any other way to damage enemies for the whole thing. And the second stream was pretty phenomenal insofar as, like, yeah, we got all those things. We completed all the dungeons. We had light arrows for most of that, so we could suddenly defeat enemies and so forth. I will say, I'll probably never play with these settings again. These settings are too long. You know, they take too long to do. There's too much sailing around the seas monotonously. There's a couple of long side quests that I hope to never do again in my life. Long side quests, repetitive side quests, difficult side quests. Sure. You can do that if you want. It don't matter. Oh, hang on. Save it there. Yeah, New Game Plus. It doesn't, you don't play randomizers like that, so it's not really, anyway. Good randomizer. I will say the rupee checks that were added relatively recently, I'm really glad that we played with those. I think those were a highlight for me, and definitely something I will be using every time I do Wind Waker Randomizer from now on. Otherwise, all the other checks that, you know, ones that I did before or didn't do before, they were all just way too many. They were all just, there were way too many of them. The annoying ones were annoying, and the ones that were more trivial, more repetitive, were pretty trivial and repetitive. I do think that a lot of those little things, you know, all those things that you can do in this, they're a bit too much in the regular randomizer. I do think going forward, if I ever really do this again, I'll do some sort of setup that doesn't involve anything that's repetitive, anything that feels like a copy and paste job. Honestly, probably not Savarth Labyrinth either. Probably take out Savarth Labyrinth, even though that's not like a copy-paste job, but it's a bit long. It's a bit long is all. I would keep in Sploosh Kaboom because I think it's funny. I think it's funny to have to do that and to have to do a good job and the RNG involved there. But I'll say, despite the difficulty of the randomizer, despite how much ocean scouring we had to do, despite everything, I will say I had a good time. I would say I enjoyed doing both parts. It's fun to sail around. It's a beautiful game. It's an enjoyable thing to sail. The swift sail makes it nice and fast. I like all that, and even when it was just the monotonous stuff, I didn't mind it. I do wish that we got some of our items a little sooner, so that we could have done some dungeon stuff a little bit sooner, but yeah, my only note is that I almost wish that there were more checks in dungeons, if more checks could have been in dungeons, but I understand that's silly. I understand the dungeons are what they are, and if the dungeons don't have that many rupees that add a bunch of rupee checks, then, you know, so be it. The later dungeons just are not very rupee full for some reason. Go figure. That's just how they are, and you know, part of just about every randomizer is that the designers, the creators, the hackers, the people modifying the original game, they work with what they got. They work with what the game is, and usually, oftentimes, that results in a beautiful web of connections that unfolds differently in a number of different ways, depending on how the order you get things in. And it's pretty neat and cool, and wouldn't you know it, it's it's very cool how unexpectedly this sort of this thing, yeah, a good game comes out of just reshuffling an existing game, and it's different every time, and it works. There's plenty of games where that wouldn't work, where like, oh, you know, every single place that you go requires every single previous item that you had. There's no getting around that, and there's no point in pretending otherwise, and this game isn't that. This game is very nice about all that. This game does it well. I will probably never do a randomizer that is as long as this. I will say, for my part, I think the ideal length for a randomizer is somewhere around 6 to 7 hours, and this was way over. The previous 2 times I played Wind Waker Randomizer on stream, I think it took like 10 hours each time as well, even with like 3 dungeons in logic and a much more conservative, small amount of check types, but you know, I do really like this randomizer. I do really enjoy it, and I do think there is some sort of ideal setting where there's not too much ocean stuff, and honestly, I wouldn't mind like having a seed where all the dungeons were in, provided that there was enough non-dungeon stuff to make it so that you know, the routing wasn't weirdly stiff. Like, you need some ocean stuff to make it so that going to the dungeons, so you can find enough to go through, that you can, so you're not just going through it vanilla style, hitting a roadblock and then exiting, and then coming back to it and going through it and getting a roadblock and coming back. As few trips, as much as you can do in one trip to each dungeon, the better, and for the most part, we were able to do that. I will say one thing about Wind Waker Randomizer, which is, I'm not sure, but I don't think you have an option to do, did they add Keezy yet? I forget if they've added Keezy, where, which is where in other randomizers, you start with all the keys. One second here, let me see. Let me look at the randomizer itself on my computer and just see, like, hey, do you have Keezy yet? Because that's the one thing I think I would want to configure differently. That's like the main thing. It's like, yeah, I don't want to deal with big keys. I don't want to deal with small keys. Okay, so you can start out with all the keys now. You can start out with the big keys, the small keys, everything. Okay, cool. So there's not like a specific setting for Keezy, but you can literally just start yourself off with all the keys. Okay, that is something I will do next time I play this, is just start off with all the keys. Honestly, I probably should start it off with all the keys, even in this case. Probably should have started off with all the items that don't really affect your progression none, like the keys. Actually, the keys do set your progression. They just make dungeons a lot more viable a lot earlier on. I feel like I should have started with the keys, the telescope, maybe the bags, the 3 bags would be good to start with. Yeah, the bags are fine to get. The bags don't really, I'm fine with the bags being later on. I feel like starting with the charts would be nice just to get them out of, chests, and so you're not finding so many charts and getting excited. Maybe it's different if you don't have it so the charts are required. Maybe they're not in the big boy chests. I'm not sure, but, I would definitely start with a lot more next time, I think. And hey, maybe hope for that to be the thing that takes the time down rather than reducing locations or types of... Again, I think just reduce everything that's monotonous or too long, and then you probably got something good. You probably got something good there. That's definitely the seeds, the configuration that I would go for. And next time I do this, whenever that is, probably sometime in the... Probably gonna be a while, honestly. There's so many randomizers, and I can't replay, I can't do a seed of every one of them every year, realistically, let alone every other year. But I would like to do this again, but with a more reasonable seed sometime. I would also like to do Twilight Princess again, a second time, and I'd like to do... I'm still fixed good on Skyward Sword. We did Skyward Sword like a few months ago. I'm still good on that. I'm still satisfied with my Skyward Swordage, though I do have ideas for how I would configure a new Skyward Sword seed. Well, and there'll be other randomizers as well, like Super Mario Sunshine in like 2 weeks. Well, folks, that's gonna do it. That's gonna do it for tonight. Nice, quick stream here. Nice, quick, conclusion to the randomizer. Honestly, most of the exciting stuff happened, the last 2 streams. I would say this has just been cleanup, mostly. Plus, watering plants. Cleanup and watering plants. All for one sword. All for one sword. All because I couldn't find one sword a little earlier. If I had found it a little earlier, if I had gone for ocean stuff rather than Pictobox last time when I was doing Hail Marys, I would have found it and maybe we could have finished last time. Alas, folks, that's gonna do it for tonight. That's gonna do it for tonight. I will see y'all tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central for Mario Maker viewer levels, the normal Mario Maker stream that is on the normal time on Fridays. Then on Monday, after the weekend, Donkey Kong 64 101% will start. I will say also, I don't think I've said during the stream, this whole max percent was part of a birthday sub goal thing where people there were like 30 subs. This was at the 30 sub level, and as a result, I had to do this. I had to max this out, and max out everything. I would have still done this, but I would have done it with much more reasonable settings if not for that goal. DK64 101% is also that, and is also I'm obliged to do because of that sub goal birthday thing last month, and we have to do the whole thing. Every golden banana, every blueprint, everything. Every, 101%. Individual bananas? I don't know about individual bananas. I don't know that those add to the percentage. But, whatever is part of 101%, we will be doing it. It will be done. I think it's just golden bananas. And that's, I think, plenty. I think that's a good, goal. I think that's what we need to, I think that's it. That'll be Monday. I will say, like, other than those 2 streams next week, it's going to be a pretty quiet week next week. This week ended up with 5 whole goddamn streams. So this next week, just gonna have 2. Gonna relax. Week after, grow up and grow home. Doubleheader on Sunday, and then Mario Sunshine Randomizer on Wednesday. And the next week, the following week, will be pretty quiet, conversely. And, we'll try to balance the big weeks with the small weeks and try to get in one big stream here. I would like to do more smaller scale one-off streams rather than ones that go literally 24 hours into the future. But whatever. Hey, we did it. It's done. Folks, I want to thank you again. I want to thank you again for joining, for hanging out, for watching me, for chatting whenever you watched, whichever part of the randomizer you watched. Let me see who's going. Let me see who I can send you to. Let me look on the Twitch side. I am seeing I am seeing Poncho Taco play. Is that Skyward Sword? I think that's Skyward Sword. I don't know if this is Skyward Sword Randomizer or just a casual playthrough, but that seems like an appropriate thing to send you to. That seems like an appropriate game. I'm gonna pull it up on my own end, as I do, and that's gonna be it. All right, let's go. Thank y'all again for hanging out, for chatting, and for the assistance, especially during that first part. Got a lot of assistance during that first stream, and I still appreciate that. 14 hours later, 15 hours later. Appreciate everything. Appreciate all y'all. Appreciate in general. I'll see you tomorrow for viewer levels and Monday for Donkey Kong 64 and various other streams, various other times into the future. Give your love to the VOD and to the short form content, and I will see y'all on tomorrow. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a good one. Good night. Good night, good night, good night. I actually have to hit the button and end the stream. Okay. Good night, folks. I'll see you tomorrow on Friday. Bye, bye, bye. Good night.